Jimbo. Okay, I think we're running. I think we're running here. Learned three things this weekend. I just want to point this out before we get into anything else. Learned three things. One, if you have ghosts, you have everything. I just want to point that out there. So the ghost showed down in Philadelphia this weekend. Great, probably one of the best times I've had in a long time. It was great. It was a good time. Two, Wells Fargo Center, especially the upper bowl seats.
Okay.
For a city of cheesesteak eating fat asses, god damn, your seats are fucking small. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So, again, soft ghost in Philadelphia at Wells Fargo, seats small. Third thing I learned, I am completely and utterly susceptible to goth girls in demon nun outfits and makeup. There is no defense to it. There is no. I am completely in the devil's control. Welcome everybody to the countdown. I did a little different there. I don't know. Maybe it was that. Just you gotta have build. Sometimes you gotta build it up. A little high, and then you bring it down. You get a little bass in it. You got a little slap in the bass. It is the countdown here on Stay Tuned Sports. I am King. That is your good friend Jimbo right over there. And as I mentioned again, this is Stay Tuned Sports. If you want to help us out at all, three quick ways you can do that: like, share, subscribe. Helps us out tremendously with the algorithm. You all know that. It's a YouTube staple at this point. Just going on and on about it really means nothing. So that is what it is. However, if you do want to help us a little bit more tangibly, a little bit more of the cash money situation, you can go ahead and do that. We have a link for our donation station in the description below this video. You go ahead, donate whatever you'd like. If you donate over $35, you will get your name in the ticker right now. Pecan still in the clubhouse leader seat there with the $35 donated. You donate more than that, you get your name in the ticker. However, donate anything you'd like, 5 cents, even a cent. I know the cents are going away soon. They're getting rid of the penny, but you can still donate it while it's around, and we will appreciate every single cent that you do donate to us. Thank you so much. Also, merch store, that link is down there as well. More merch on the way. We got a new 8-bit helmet shirt in there. It's a throwback Tampa Bay 8-bit shirt we have in there to go with all the other 8-bit shirts that we have in there. More coming soon. We have Buffalo shirts. Jimbo's wearing one of the Eagle merch pieces we have, which we have a few. That's the latest one, and we're tushing for the pushing. Got to send that one over to ELS. So we have all that there. Those links in the description below this video. Thank you, everybody, so very much. Jimbo, this was your anniversary weekend this weekend. How'd it go? How'd you do it? Did you have a good time?
Yeah. Friday was actually pretty cool. Got to see a Paul McCartney Wings cover band, and the lead singer was dressed like Paul McCartney.
Here's the thing, and I'll say this. I like when the cover bands put the effort in.
Yes.
Yes, we all know they're not the band. We know that. Everybody knows that. And so, like, because part of me hates people that go like, oh, you seen the cover band? Oh, why are they dressing them like it? What, they think they're the band? No, we all know they're not.
Yeah.
But it helps in the immersive experience. We know it. And I like when you put the extra effort in. So, yes, I agree.
Exactly. Drank a little bit too much. Next day, woke up, looked at my bank account, and I said, "Hun, did I really have 5 beers?" Because they had a food trucks there.
Okay.
SBC was there. And she said, "Yeah, well, every time you went to the bathroom, you came back up with 2 beers." I'm like, okay, so as long as the prices are right.
That's the other thing. And I think most people can appreciate that. Me especially. Well, okay, let me say this. I've been poor for a very long time. So trying to budget what my money is and know where my money is and know where it goes, very important to me. And in our friendship together, when I used to go hang out at the bar where we met at the stands there, I used to wake up in the morning after a good old time at stands and look at the old bank account and be like, did I get robbed? Did somebody rob me at the ATM? Did they got a skimmer in there? Is that no. I just I partook a little too liberally when it came to the beverages, and I think most people have a story. You think a gremlin came along and spent their money on you? No, it was your drunk ass self. So that is what happens. That is things that do happen. So. But that was that up at the racetrack or at the River Commons?
Yeah,
you said
River Commons.
Okay, over there in Wilkes-Barre. All right, because I know they do the summer concert series over at the racetrack too at Mohegan. So that was those were always fun times.
They're still doing them, but they're Thursday nights, and you all know.
Oh yeah, Thursday.
Day,
yeah,
so
absolutely, absolutely not. We're old now. That's the other thing too. I'll say this about going to the Ghost concert on Saturday. Yes, sitting in the upper deck. The best part of this, didn't have to stand up once. Listen. I was getting down. I was headbanging. I was getting into it in my seat.
Yeah.
Didn't have to stand up. Didn't have to. And I'll say this too. Just because you're sitting down, because I'm an old man. I'm 43 years old. I'm not going in the pit anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Pit days are done. Let's be honest. Yeah. But I'll say this. Just because you're sitting in the upper deck, just because you maybe don't have to stand up and go nuts and get into a mosh pit or whatever, doesn't mean you have to sit there with your hands on your asses. It was me, it was Jackie, the wife, and it was this very nice young lady next to me. I believe it was her first concert. I think she was 17, 18 years old, something like that. I think her uncle brought her to the show. It was her first ghost show, a ritual, as they say. They get again. I like getting immersed in the theatrics of everything. And she had a fucking blast. She's singing along. She's like us. She's sitting down, but she's got the hands up, and she's just we're like the three of us were the most active people in the fucking upper deck, and it was like it bothered me a little bit. It's like, you can still be active even if you're old and your knees don't work. And these people were like, again, these were Gen Zers. These were people who were early 20s, like I said, late teens, early 20s, some mid 20s people, stuff like that. But they were just sitting in the whole show very nice and politely. In the whole ghost makeup, they had the skull makeup and they did all the other stuff. Like, they got into it. Like I said, a lot of demon nuns there. I'm a sucker for it. What are you going to do?
Did that nun band open up for a ghost?
No, there was no openers.
Really?
No openers for them. Which is this is the second time we've been to a concert this year. Me and the wife, we went to Brand New a couple weeks ago as well. No openers. Huh. I'm starting to wonder if this is maybe a new thing where they're not bands just aren't doing openers now. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Yeah.
Maybe that's why Montage canceled Mammoth and Daughtry last week. That whole fiasco.
I have no idea what's going on with that, but there's
rain in the area.
Oh.
So they postponed the start time, and then came out and said we're canceling these two, and bringing Creed on an hour earlier.
Okay.
Played them, and not one drop of rain dropped.
I see.
Yeah, not too many people happy with Montage Mountain right now.
I see, I get it, but also that's the other thing too is Montage has a covering. It's one of those outdoor amphitheaters. I'm sure people know what they are. Like PNC Bank here in Jersey is like that. You got Montage up there, so you have the seated area that's covered, and then you have the lawn area, which is you pay for lawn. That's what you get. You might get rained on. You might have to deal with mud. Up in Montage, you might have to deal with rattlesnakes. That happens. But anyway, okay, enough concert talk, enough all that stuff. We can talk more about that on Wednesday. We got lots of stuff going on here. It's good to fill a little bit of time. Yeah. Get people in. Wet the beak a little bit. But enough of our own personal lives, enough of everything else that's going on here. Let us talk about what we're here for. And that, of course, is the countdown, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and take a look at who we have in our number 7 spot. We're already up to number 7. Started at 12. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. I don't know. Maybe quoting Drake isn't the best thing to do at this point. Just saying. So we'll see. But we are here at number 7, and again, we've had a very it seems like homogenous kind of list so far. We all have the same teams, and usually in the same spot, just opposite.
Yeah.
Again, we have you had the Vikings and I had the Chargers at 11, and then you had the Chargers and I had the Vikings at 9. Same teams, just a couple different spots. You had the Rams at 10, and I had the Redskins at 10. You had the Redskins at 8, and I had the Rams at 8. Again, same teams, just flipped. And we both had the Packers at 12. So it's been pretty much the same across the board. Now we're going to take a look here. We can't really repeat any of these teams here. So we're going to get some new teams we got to talk about right here, Jimbo, at number 7. So without further ado, let's take a look at who we have at number 7 for each of us. And the reveal is here. And Jimbo has what has been the bugaboo for his team these last couple of years, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He has them there at number 7. And I have, coming off of what was a shaky start, but boy, did they finish well, got into the playoffs, and for the first quarter and a half, put a little bit of scare into the Buffalo Bills in that wild card playoff. The Denver Broncos. The Orange Crush there in there at number 7 for ya boy King. Jimbo, as an Eagles fan, I feel like you are actually pretty qualified to talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and especially over the last couple of years. You have them at 7. What are your thoughts of having the Buccaneers there at number 7?
So first thing I'll say, there are, like you said, there are bugaboo. I can respect them because they beat us at our own game. The push.
You get Vita Vea, and you see the other kid they got there now, the 400 pluser.
Yeah,
you're gonna put Vita Vea and that guy. The Eagles ain't pushing those tushes for shit.
Yeah, and I think we play them this year at some point.
I do believe so as well.
Where, but they basically are bringing everybody back. Chris Godwin, or is it Goodwin? I think it's
Godwin.
Godwin.
I think it's Godwin, but it's pronounced.
It's
spelled Goodwin, but Godwin. Yeah.
Okay.
Or it is Godwin. I don't know.
Bringing him back. You got Mike Evans still there, who isn't showing any signs of
dude.
decline.
He's still, especially last year. He was a beast last year.
Yeah. Obviously Baker Mayfield, and then like we just touched on that defense. I think I'm a big believer that if teams stick together, you could always grow chemistry even more on top of the prior season. And you got these, 3 guys, plus I think he was a rookie when Godwin went down. He showed up too. So now you got 3 very good receivers for Baker Mayfield, and that could be dangerous. So,
and I'll say this, do not forget, and I think one of the most important pieces, and also under the radar, because you didn't even mention him, Cocknotton, man. That kid is something else. And he was a revelation last year when I was watching the games and we were doing the broadcast. And I'm just like, this kid has that kind of, I didn't want to say Gronk yet. Like, I don't think he's there. I don't think he's that going to be that kind of guy. But he is certainly dependable, safety valve kind of guy. Good enough to block, has good hands to receive, and bailed them out of some situations on 3rd and longs or short yardage situations, kept drives moving, came up big in big spots, and of course I just like saying Cocknotton all the time, but because his name, I believe his name is Cotton Otten, I think. It's so he's again that aspect can't be overlooked when it comes to the Buccaneers. Yes, they're going to have Godwin back. Yes, you have Mike Evans, who is a Hall of Famer, I think, at this point, and I don't think it's arguable in my mind, personally. Like we talked about, the defense. Baker Mayfield has stepped up and become a leader in this league, and in my mind has become a top 10 quarterback and could be even higher in some people's rankings, but I think he's definitely in that conversation of one of the better NFL quarterbacks right now, especially as a leader People could talk about whether or not he has the skills or he can put it to accuracy like Aaron Rodgers or anything like that, blah, blah, blah. But I think as a leader, as someone who personifies how that team goes, that is certainly Baker Mayfield, and that is Baker Mayfield's team. And as he goes, so will the Buccaneers. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, especially with the tight end dot in there, man. You cannot overlook that.
And like to kind of add on to the whole Baker thing there too. It's like since he came to Tampa Bay, he learned that he doesn't have to be the guy. Lean on your Mike Evans, your Godwins, and Cotton Ott and stuff like that. And it seems like since he's done that, he's so much better. I mean, he was good with the Browns, and the Browns were just dumbasses and let him walk.
The Browns, again, Jimmy Haslam. You get what you get, and it's unfortunate that is what happened with him there in Cleveland. But what Cleveland's loss has been their gain, and then that's the thing. Baker went. He was pumped around. He went down to Carolina. They didn't like him. Remember, he got traded to Los Angeles and played like 2 days, a day, not even 2 days. He had like 17 hours from the time he was traded to we started the game, and he won the game and played very well there for the Rams. And you look at those kind of things. Like he's put in his dues. He's shown that he belongs in the league. And going down there with Tampa Bay, and people forget that Tampa Bay had a first-round quarterback pick that they had when they brought Baker in. Who was it? Richardson? Somebody? I forget. I forget the exact quarterback now. But this just goes to show you is that because people were talking about whether or not it was going to be Baker's team or if they were going to give it to this kid. And
was Jameis there? Jameis was
Jameis wasn't there. No, you're going way too far back. Yeah.
Okay.
Jameis was in New Orleans, I believe, at this time. So yeah, because it was they drafted. Did he play for? No, it wasn't Florida. I forget. Again, I forget. I believe it was an SEC team that he played for. But so it was like, is Baker just going to be there for a couple weeks and then they're going to plug this kid in? People want to see how he did, everything like that. Baker got in there and he never let up. And this other kid, God bless him, but no, again, I don't know who he is. I forgot who he was. Yeah. Somebody will tell us in the comments who it was. I could probably easily go on a Google machine right now and figure out who it is. But I'm lazy and I don't want to do that. And I want to talk about the Denver Broncos, because that is who I have over there at my number 7. And again, I like the Broncos. I love what they did last year. Bo Nix, again, as I mentioned a little bit before when we revealed the teams, again, a little bit of a slow start. Wasn't the best, he wasn't. But here's the thing, too, and I was going to say maybe he wasn't Jaden Daniels, but Jaden Daniels didn't come out of the gates on fire either. Like, it took him a little bit as well. But again, Bo Nix got better as the season went on. That Broncos defense, especially led by Patrick Surtain, and his ability, maybe, arguably, the best cornerback in the NFL. I'm sure some Jet fans are going to be like, what about Sauce Gardner? Well, make the playoffs, and then we'll fucking talk about Sauce Gardner, okay? Because that's it. The Broncos are number 7 on my list, and the Jets are in the booty cheeks 5. So, Sauce Gardner, good cornerback, absolutely. Does hold a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little. And listen, I'm not arguing. Hey, listen, and listen, it's not a penalty if they don't throw the flag. That's all I'm going to say.
He holds just as much as that CEO from Astronomer does.
Dude. Listen, I mentioned this before. I think I made this comment on Instagram, but the fact that this country being how it is and how people are, and left, right, center, all the other things, the glue that is holding this country together is everybody coming together just to mock those two assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, who knew that we'd be mocking two people at a Coldplay concert and it had nothing to do with Coldplay? It's just that they're assholes. It's great. I believe he's resigned already.
Yeah, no, he resigned.
He resigned. I know they were put on leave. I know his wife automatically, she already changed her last name on Facebook. He locked his LinkedIn. I would imagine, like, I don't think, unless the HR, the head of HR there was, unless her husband's a huge cuck, I'm imagining it's a lot of the same things happening over there in that domestic household. But, you know, good luck. Good luck, guys. I hope the Coldplay concert was fucking worth it. And then he came out and blamed Coldplay for, you know, we just wanted to privately enjoy our concert and our affair in public. We didn't know it would be on a big screen. It's like, oh man, what an asshole.
Like that statement, he was doing okay, and then when he blamed Coldplay,
and then the second paragraph, furthermore, no, you should have stopped. Yep. You should have stopped right there. Oh, that's great.
Back to your team.
Yes. Talking about the Broncos. No more head of HR head or whatever he was getting. Anyway, I even forgot what I was talking about at this point. I was just talking about Patrick Surtain holding. That's right, because we were talking about how he holds. Or Sauce Gardner, not Patrick Surtain. But Patrick Surtain. I mean, he had that. When I think about him last year, I think about the interception return. I believe it was against the Raiders while the Broncos were wearing those glorious throwback uniforms. Please make those permanent. Or, like I said, you can maybe put if you want to like modernize the logo a little bit or do something like that, fine. I don't care. But, God, the orange, the blue, the way those need to be permanent. Those are great throwbacks. And I think it's a near universal thing. Not quite as much with the Steelers throwbacks, but, you know, I like it, so I don't care.
I'll keep my comments for Wednesday.
By the way, everybody, I don't know if anybody knows. I don't know if you were able to tell, but the Friday forecast was recorded last week because...
Whoops.
2 days before the Friday forecast comes out, we TJ Watt gets signed, and it's like, oh boy, we recorded that. Maybe we recorded that a little bit too early, because then we go 2 days after he gets signed. We're on the Friday forecast talking about, well, I don't know if the Steelers can sign him. I think they could do well, but boy, I don't know if they don't sign TJ Watt, they're going to be in trouble. It's like, boy, we look fucking stupid, don't we? But anyway, be that as it may. Listen, it's the dangers of television sometimes, man. Sometimes it happens, exactly. You know. Like I said, you had the anniversary weekend. I had the concert to go to. It was all, you do what you got to do. You do what you got to do. And it just sometimes doesn't work out. But yeah, I look at that. I see what they did. I'm looking at some of their moves here too. They added J.K. Dobbins. They've added a few other pieces here in the offseason. I know they just signed Jahdae Barron. On the 16th there to his rookie contract there. So they're signing their second round pick. I think that was one of the first second round picks to actually sign. And then the dominoes fell with all the other teams. So like they're putting it together. This is going to be Sean Payton's third year there, second with Bo Nix. It feels like the development of Bo Nix is happening well. That team is only getting better, and with having made the strides, this could be the year where there's a legitimate threat to the Chiefs in the West. And at this point, it depends on whether you want to think it's the Broncos or the Chargers or how it goes down. You can flip-flop either one of those or how you're feeling. Me, obviously, looking at this, I feel the Broncos starting off. I'm putting them in a better position, but that can always change. But if the Broncos' trajectory keeps going as it went last year, I think they have a very good chance to make that challenge in the West. And it's going to depend a lot on if the Chiefs comply by not playing well. But again, we saw last year they to the eyeballs they didn't play well, and they were still 15-1 going into Week 18. So, the Chiefs.
Pure luck.
The Chiefs have that kind of Patriot feel about them, which is just like, even if they suck, they're gonna suck their way to the NFC or to AFC Championship. Kind of like how one would suck their way to being the head of HR and certain companies. So I just feel like, that this could be that year where you get a little bit spicier. And because again, I believe we called it last year. We were like, man, this is the year. AFC West looks really good this year. This is going to be a division that's maybe they get 4 teams in there. Maybe they do something like that. And it was kind of not great. And but the Broncos were able to get in there. But like the Chargers kind of faltered there at the end. The Raiders were the Raiders, and the Chiefs ran away with it, and were, like I said, they had locked up the division by the time it was already over. So I feel like this could be different this year, and we'll find out more on the Friday forecast in 2 weeks when we do the AFC West, where you and I fall on that particular scale and see where we think the AFC West is going to go. But that's what I mean. I have the Broncos at 7 because I think they are going to be that kind of team. I think they're a smidge above the Rams. I think they're a smidge above the Vikings. Like I said, with the however JJ does. I mean, we're going to see. I think the Vikings go as JJ goes. But right now, I feel confident in where I have my placements starting off the year, based on how teams finished last year, what their roster moves were in the offseason, and where we're going with that. Again, for the Redskins, if they don't sign fucking Terry McLaurin, that's going to change a little bit. But for now, I feel fairly confident with my 7 here. The first half of the top 12, the power rankings, the countdown are done. We've got our first 6 picks in the power rankings there. I have the Packers at 12, the Chargers at 11, the Redskins at 10, the Vikings at 9, the Rams at 8, and the Broncos at 7. Meanwhile, Jimbo also has the Packers at 12. He has the Vikings at 11, the Rams at 10, the Chargers at 9. He's got the Redskins at 8, and now put his nemesis, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, there at number 7. Next week, we're going to have pick number 6 as we get into the top half of our power rankings. We're getting to the elite, the cream of the crop. The cream always rises to the top. Cup of coffee, as good old Macho Man would say. And also, the next Booty Chicks 5. Booty Chicks?
Booty Chicks?
I'm still thinking about the goth girls from the Ghost concert. Booty Cheeks 5. Still thinking about the goth girls from the concert. The Booty Cheeks 5. The next pick for that will be next week as well. Jimbo, again, there's not really too much more to go over. Like we said, TJ Watt, he was signed. We'll talk a little bit more of that on Wednesday. Micah Parsons is in Dallas training camp, even though there's been no movement on the contract front. Jerry has said some wild shit about that. We will talk about that on Wednesday, tomorrow as well. So lots of stuff. Uniforms coming out. Like I said, we saw the new Pittsburgh one. There's been a couple more that have come out between now and then. So we have some of that to talk about. And that's it. We're here. We got training camps. We've got things like that. More news is coming off here. Mayo Man. We'll talk about Mayo Man on Wednesday. He's out for the season. Rub some mayonnaise on that shoulder. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So we got all that. But so before we get out of here, and before we see everybody tomorrow here on the main show, the main podcast. Any thoughts? Anything left to go? Leave the people with a nugget of wisdom here, Jimbo.
When I saw Levis was out for the season, I thought our memes were going to be very far and few between this upcoming season.
He was a meme machine, yes.
But seeing the newest meme of Jim Harbaugh, I think we'll be okay for the season.
Is there a new? I got to say, I haven't seen it.
It's a video. Herbert's throwing, and as he's throwing and he's moves out of the way, there's Harbaugh behind a tarp just like this watching them. It's so funny.
Oh, that one's good. You know what? That's going to be a good one to meld with the astronomy CEO and HR one. You're going to be able to put that one in the Colts play circle screen. That one's going to work. Get on it, internet. Do what you do best. So we will see you all tomorrow for the main show. Until then, it's your boy King. That is your good friend Jimbo. This has been The Countdown, and we will see you later.